And welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my breakdown for episode 4 with minor spoilers, the things I'm allowed to talk about according to Amazon for season 3 of The Boys. So, spoilers, minor spoilers. This will give you enough of a tantalizing what you expect in this particular episode, what you should look forward to without kind of revealing those things I'm not allowed to reveal, but there are moments I'm allowed to reveal. Does that make sense? Let's jump into it. So after Homelander says, I'm just like the rest of you, and I think it was the end of episode 3, he is now wanting to take over Vought. Starlight and Homelander have to pretend to be in a relationship because of the ratings, and Huey and Butcher and the team finally have a link of how to get a weapon that can take on Homelander. For Homelander in episode 4, it's all about PR. Because he has those points again, he is feeling like he's starting to get some of the control back. Where he was losing control, where he had Starlight who seemed to be above him and make decisions that he couldn't previous episodes. This time round, he has that control and he is milking it for all it's worth. He is basically has a master plan, and he puts things into place outside of the team's knowledge, outside of your view of the episodes, until he comes in and reveals what he has done, and then you're like, oh crap, it's even worse than I thought. As well as his psyche continues to unravel even more. Someone will say something that he isn't quite sure of, and the look he'll give them, or his response will be shouty. So the look he'll give them is just like, he's about to explode my head. Or he'll just shout and go, of course I thought that. So Butcher takes the team on a little field trip where they're told there could be a weapon that might take on Homelander. Nobody knows what this is, what this looks like, and so they go into this secret base. And this is where it kind of, for me, was the most exciting part of the episode 4. Apart from Kimiko. Kimiko has, I guess, her storyline is really sad because she's been used as a weapon for her life, and now she's part of the team of Butcher, and Butcher is using her as a weapon. She has a mission to go on to, basically, this is the deal that they've struck up with someone, that they've got to do something in order to get the location of the weapon. So Kimiko is sent to do that, and it's everything you've come to expect the Boys to be. It's gory, it's horrific, it's funny in a very ludicrous way, and it's also very sad and poignant, especially for Kimiko and Frenchie. And this is a kind of a big turning point for their, not just relationship, for what they're going to decide to do in the future. Nevertheless, because they've done that, they're able to find this kind of base where the weapon apparently resides. And we get an interesting development here. You've seen in the trailers probably what happens when humans take V. You've seen that this is going to be a thing. You've seen Butcher even in a couple of the episodes where his eyes light up. That comes to fruition in this, and it's a lot of fun. It's also scary to think about the repercussions for the team, and it does have ripple effects. Starlight and Maeve finally have a conversation about what's been going on, and Maeve reveals all the story, kind of what Starlight's been missing. It's a very short conversation, but it cements my, oh yeah, Maeve is a good person. She's been fighting to kind of bring back her humanity and deal with what she's done in the past. She's trying to make up for all of that. And I thought, wow, that just in a little bit of conversation, they've really kind of cemented what I feel about her character now, that she is a good guy. A-Train is trying to become a man of the people, and it's quite cringy the way they show that. It's quite funny. Every time he tries to do something that he thinks is good, it's almost like it's for himself. His brother keeps on testing him, saying, look, this is what you need to do in order to actually make a difference. And then he goes and does something that seems to be the opposite of that. We really start to see the good guy team to start unravel here. Butcher keeps pushing the buttons of each. He keeps pushing them far beyond their comfort zones of things they want to do, speaks to them in a way that just makes them think, why am I even here? We basically should be under Homelander's team if that's, if this is going to be the way that we are treated. And so the team keeps fracturing, and we have Mother's Milk desperately trying to figure out a way to keep them together. It's like watching from the outside. You're seeing something just ready to break, and you're wondering when it's going to happen. Not if, but when. Homelander shows Starlight how far he's willing to go to protect his newfound power, not as in superpowers, but his control over Vought, his control over the superhero team, and his ratings of where people love him. It's horrific as you would expect it to be. Yeah, so this episode is pretty dark. It has a lot of great action sequences, but everything in it is dark. The tonal shift has continued. It's darker than the other series, not like as in gore, but just in that tone. It's interesting that we have all these partnerships and their relationships are being strained because of things that they're doing. So you on the Starlight and Huey team, but because of them trying to fight Homelander and they're being split in their respective worlds, that relationship is strained. You have Huey and Butcher. There's an interesting dynamic going on there. You have all these kind of partnership, Frenchie and Kimiko, again, like I talked about earlier, they're very strained as well. They don't really want to be a part of this team if this is what they're going to have to do. Mother's Milk and his family. And that's just on the good guys team. Then you have the kind of, I guess the juxtaposition, and that's really kind of bizarre of how Vought even survives. The things that you see that go on in Vought with these little moments between those that are kind of controlling the company are just bonkers. It's a very interesting episode because it kind of cements what's going to happen next. You can kind of guess. There's a building up of, especially once we get to the end and we go, oh, okay, that's what the weapon is. Let me know your thoughts down below once you've seen it. Are you excited for this episode? What do you think of this season so far? Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.